Now, some people in the onshoring strategy and the idea of coming and setting up the business in Hong Kong and the whole structure here come up with the question of, okay, what it takes now for me as an individual to be a resident of Hong Kong as well. And basically, you need a visa to be able to stay in Hong Kong. Now, there's different ways of staying. One of them is to marry a Hong Kong resident and become a dependent. Now, I'm not saying like go on website and try to find a Hong Kong girl, and marry her. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. If you're already in love with one, great. But basically, that's one of the options. Or following your husband or wife in Hong Kong if she has, I don't know, an expat position here and become dependent. This is one way to get the visa. And with this dependent visa, you are allowed to actually stay and operate a business in Hong Kong. This is the easiest way. Now, the other one, the right way, I would say, is what we call the investment visa. Now, I'm not an expert in visa, and if you need some help, I can put you in touch with the right person. But here's the things you should know in the big line. The principal idea is that you have to contribute to local economy. And how Hong Kong immigration will assess that is whether you have business premises, basically an office, so a place to stay where you can operate the business. So your house doesn't work. The other thing is you have to hire locals. So hiring people from your own country doesn't work neither. You have to hire people here in Hong Kong, locals. And the third thing is you need financial resources. So you have to show that you have money. If you are a Hong Kong resident now on their working visa, for example, the amount of money you have to show to the government is about 500,000 Hong Kong dollars. If you are living abroad and you're not in Hong Kong, you're not a resident of Hong Kong at the moment, you will have to show about $1 million Hong Kong dollars. This is not official. It's not on the website. It's just through my conversation with real immigration expert that told me that. Okay, so this is the three main things. So it's not a cheap residency to get. And when I say residency, it's not citizenship. So you don't have the passport. You're just allowed to stay. Okay. So and the $1 million that I mentioned here is Hong Kong dollars. And also, it's not, you don't have to give it. You just have to show it, just to show that you have the financial resources for you to survive in Hong Kong, because it's not a cheap city at all. I think we rate first most expensive city in the world for rental. So it's and if we are not first anymore, we should be in the top 3 for sure. So yeah, be careful with that. It's not a cheap place to be, but yeah, it's still a good place. If you make enough money, it's still a good place to pay your tax and be resident. So what you can do also is to become resident and not even live here, which many people do actually, because there is not much requirement on staying in Hong Kong. You can just become tax resident.